And so Leave a Note is a series of places where I went, like the Sistine Chapel, you know, that beautiful spot. And I knew those buildings, the cathedrals, and were built for the voice, because they were talking to thousands of people, and they didn't have this gadget gizmo thing. They had to just and be heard. So I knew those buildings had a special thing for the voice. So every so often at the Vatican, at the Colosseum, at the Borghese Park, on the Spanish Steps, I would go, so that was my Leaving a Note. And that's what inspired me to kind of put this together and hopefully someday share that concept with you. So that is what Leave a Note is really about. It was, now we left a note here at Simaine. And I hope to do more drop notes everywhere, you know, when next time that I'm there. So that is just another little story of then. To be with you is ecstasy. I truly thought love had passed me by. You came along and now I can see all the colors of paradise in my heart, in my soul, a fresh new start. Now I know love is meant to be for someone like me, with someone like you. I call it ecstasy. So many times I loved in vain, broken-hearted I gave no more. I truly thought love would only bring me pain, till you came and unlocked all the doors to my heart, to my soul, a fresh new start. Now I know, oh, I know, love is meant to be for someone like me, with someone like you. Ecstasy with someone like you. Ecstasy. John Simon, thank you. I had mentioned the Spanish Steps, and when I was sitting on the Spanish Steps, actually the Pope came by.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that was fun.
Hi, Mr.
Thank you.
Nice hat.
Anyway, when I was sitting on the Spanish Steps, I thought of Raphael and Michelangelo sitting there talking about, how did you get the blush on the cheek? What about the blue in the eye? And what about that marble? What about that piece of marble that how did you do that? And they would have these discussions, and I thought, this is where so many creative ideas and sharing of ideas from artists, magnificent artists, sat and talked and shared their insights and their love of their art. And I thought, I turned to my daughter and I said, Samantha, I have to do my warm-ups here. And I did. And there were two people sitting in front of me. And softly I just started going. I didn't do all of them, I just did a few. But I started going, ma, me, mi, mo, mu. Ma, me, mi, mo. And these two people, they kind of turned at me and looked like that. And then they just grinned at me. And I thought, oh, and I just continued. And they didn't run away thinking, oh, that's some crazy lady. So that's what I did at the Spanish Steps. I left a little note there in honor of Michelangelo and all the artists. Those are the ones that I'm mentioning, but there were multitudes of students and masters who would sit there and contemplate what they were going to do with the next canvas or the next piece of rock that they got, and they would see some image in this nothingness and how they created and chiseled away, or a brush stroke, and the magnificence of that I felt there, the art, the architecture. How did they get that huge thing as big as that way up there? On the backs of many people, I'm sure, but they got it up there. And the water, you could go to the fountain, the Trevi Fountain, and you can still drink the water that they brought down from the old days, and it's still working. It was just mind-blowing. I had an incredible, sensational feeling about the wonderness of humans. It doesn't matter where we are. It doesn't matter if it's Italy or China or Ecuador. There's so much beauty in all of us, and we all manage to find a way to make life a wonderful place for the future. And look what they did and what they taught us. So it was a really moving experience for me, and I can hardly wait to go again. Willow, weep for me. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches green along the stream that runs to sea. Listen to my plea. Listen and Willow, weep for me. Gone my lover's dream, lovely summer dream. Gone and left me here to weep my tears into the stream. sad as I can be. Weep, oh willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love has sinned to set my heart a-breaking and making a moan. Murmur to the night to hide her starry light, so none will find me hiding and crying alone. Oh, weeping willow tree, weep in sympathy. Bend your branches down along the ground and cover me when the shadows fall. Weep, oh willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love has sinned to set my mind a-crying and making a moan. Murmur to the night to hide her starry light, so none will find me hiding and crying all alone. Weeping willow tree, weep in sympathy. Bend your branches down onto the ground and cover me when the shadows fall. Weep, oh willow, and weep for me. Weep, 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 weep for me, for me, weep for me, weep for me, weep for me. Oh, weeping willow tree, weep for me. Thank you, John Simon. Here's a song I wrote, and it's kind of a canvas song where it applies to many different situations or people. It's not about just one person. It's whoever I feel that moves me if I'm singing. It's not always about one person. It's about whoever that person is that's generating the energy to put the life into these words. When I think of you, I think about the stars that shine flying up in the skies, and all the times you held me tight. When I think of you, I think about the times you took me by the hand and led me from the dark to light. When I think of you, beyond distance, beyond time, forever yours, forever mine. When I think of you, I think about those precious moments when we danced together through the mystery of life. When I think of you, when I think of you, I think of fairy tales and merry nightingales who sing of love that lasts forevermore. When I think of you, beyond distance, beyond time, forever yours, forever mine. Thank you so very much.
Just to write him out of rehearsal.
We're going to close this set with the song that I closed this set in 2008 in a town called Frascati. That's where the show will and did take place. And it was a convent, and they turned it into a museum, and it had a very nice performance hall. And that's where John and I will be performing at Comune di Frascati.
Wow.
And this is the song that we said farewell to the folks at Frascati with, this song by Carole King. When you're down and troubled, and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. I'll be running just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should grow dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together. Call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking, knocking, knocking at your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you, yes, and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them, but honey, don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you and you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. I, una amica. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running and running, running, running just to see you again. Yeah. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You know I'll be there. Yes, I will. Oh, yes, I'll be there. Yes, I will. I love this part. Ayuna Mika. Thank you, John Simon. Thank you so very much. We're going to take a little break. Have a few songs to sing for you from this year's trip to Italy. Thank you again. Thank you. Sabe todos meus mistérios. My heart and my soul. One like you, I call